Religion will disappear, on Lifechanyuan era, 3. Dayform Buddha. September 24, 2006. Religion is a kind of knowledge exploring the relation between human and nature and is a kind of knowledge about life. It is an ideological theory framework helping people to establish the correct view of world, view of life and view of value. It is a bridge that guides people to move from the material world to non-material world, and it is an efficient way to establish belief and enlighten mind power. The essence of religion is to maintain the inner silence and the world peace, to help life move from this shore to another. The starting point of all the religions is kind-hearted. The limitation and discrepancy of human recognition result in countless doctrines which are difficult to justify themselves and result in the birth of countless religious sects and factions. On the other hand, the different religious sects and factions are not only unfavorable to the world peace but become a major factor of the turbulent world. With the existing of religions, human beings will never share peace and tranquility. The birth of different religious sects is very natural, and everything will experience the birth, development, expansion, and then declination and death. Religion is of no exception. Religion has made great contribution to the inherence of civilization in history. However, with the gradually deepening recognition on the natural law, people find the religion has become fetters and handcuffs which are used to constrain human thinking. Without breaking down the superstition of religion, the civilization of humans cannot move forward and human beings can never enter into the new era. There are 8 shortcomings in the existing religions. Ignorant to life and unclear about the road to heaven. What is life? Where is the heaven? How can one go to the heaven? The existing religions are confused about this, making people feel terror, fettering human thinking. Without the concrete time and rescuing channel, religions create the eschatology to terrify people indefinitely. Religions restrict people to explore freely and persuade people to give up enjoyment in this life, which delays people's research and exploration on the essence of life. Overweening and autocratic. Any religious sects or factions who regard themselves as the only correct one and others are all heresy. All religions are plotting to control mankind. They are narrow-minded and unwilling to communicate with other sects or learn from others. Suppressing human nature and fettering human spirit. A series of canons, doctrines and commandments are the ropes to fetter human thinking, and most of them work to suppress human nature and fetter human spirit. All religions run counter to the Tao of the greatest Creator. What is the true essence of human life? What is the value and meaning of human life? All religions fail to spell out and speak clearly. Suppressing the new emerging forces and destroying the elite of human being. Such as the Christianity regarded the Witness of Jehovah as heresy and burned Bruno to death. Creating contradiction and stirring up war. All religions cannot tolerate different opinions and would rather create contradiction and stir up war in order to maintain their own benefits. Wasting manpower and material resources and creating the religious superstition. Religions build up temples and churches everywhere and call on people to worship idols, offer up a sacrifice by killing, hold crazy activities, which have harassed the people's mind and nature's peace and tranquility, hindered the natural activities of mankind and led people into the religious superstition. It is difficult to estimate the good effect of religion, nor its bad effect. Religion has become the obstacle for the progress of human civilization. Humans should move towards unification, however, religion is unwilling to do so. One can imagine, is Christianism willing to give up all its own doctrine to accept that of Islam? Is Islam willing to give up all its own doctrine to accept that of Hinduism? Is Hinduism willing to give up all its doctrine to accept that of Buddhism? Is Buddhism willing to give up all its doctrine to accept that of Christianism? They will not, and these 4 big religions will safeguard their own doctrine. In this way, how can the world move towards unification? Can the world be peaceful? The only way is to unify all doctrines into one and unify all religions into one. Everyone follows the path of the greatest Creator. In the Lifechanyuan era, all founders of religions such as Jesus, Sakyamuni, Muhammad, Lao Tzu, etc., and all the people whose sermons causing the birth of different religious sects and factions will receive respects and honors, but any one of these sermons cannot become the only correct theory. People will not fanatically worship their own hierarch. There are not any religious sects in the world, and the whole people will not worship any idols or go to any churches or prostrate oneself in worship, but revere the greatest creator, life, nature, and follow the way of the greatest creator. Everyone shares the maximum freedom in thought, spirit, and human life. With the development of science and the continuous liberation of human spirit, the value view and the world view of people also change constantly. We used to think that the religious believers are elegant, self-controlled, civilized and noble, who are armed with faith, aspiration and ideal, and now we gradually realize that the religious believers are stubborn, obsessed, perverse, emotional, simple-minded and short of reason and forgiveness. If you obey their religious doctrine and rules, they would be kind with pleasant countenance. If you propose different opinion and ideas, they would be out of reason and become very terrible with an angry face. The future mankind will enter into Lifechanyuan era, and any religions have to overturn the values of Lifechanyuan if they want to exist, otherwise you have to give up your own religious belief. Certainly you can stick stubbornly to your own belief and no one can control you. People in the end can do nothing but laugh at you, pity you, and feel sorry for you.